Oh, well, Daly doesn't think he can reach the green. It could be a surprise for someone. Well, that's a big drive and not all that far short of the green. Quickly, Peter Baker. 1 over, 4 for 73. Daly wants a 4 for 71. Fowler will be round in 69 and, well, will lose. Fred Couples will have 2 putts for it. In fact, Fred just walked up and nudged it up. And so the end of that with Couples just winning. Well, Peter Baker, you can see quite a long way back. He's had a good week, though, Baker. He's played some very good stuff indeed. And we'll see him next week at the World Match Play Championship. A little bit of toing and froing at the back there. Well, that did pretty well. Runners-up receive £50,000 each, and the winning side £100,000 each. As we look at Daly, just a mere flick of the wrist. Oh, what a lovely flick of the wrist it was, just nudges it up. He might be worth having a little wager on for to win the championship when it's played here in a couple of years' time. So the final series, Daly seals the fate of this year's event by that beautifully played little pitch to the final green. Baker for a 3 at the 18th. Has he hit it hard enough? Really not quite. So play comes to an end. I don't think they could have gone on for much longer, but they've done very well to get round in daylight today. A delayed start. Daly in for a 3, very nonchalantly done. A 70, in fact, for John Daly. And just that one drop stroke at the 12th. One of his rare smiles. Oh, better shake hands. Yeah, that'll do. And his teammates there. Well done, well done. They won 2 matches to 1. And I'm sure they'll be absolutely delighted. They just took over, took control, kept control. The last sort of 4 or 5 holes, rather like the Ryder Cup at the Belfry 2 or 3 weeks ago. They just kept going when our lot couldn't.
So the USA collect the Alfred Dunhill Cup for only the 2nd time. Mark James making it 4 wins out of 5 with victory over Payne Stewart. But Fred Couples taking his collective score for the week to 15 under par in 5 matches with that one-shot win over Nick Faldo. And John Daly 70, beating Peter Baker by 3 to give the USA victory by 2 matches to 1. And as we've seen, the trophy was handed over by Richard Dunhill, the chairman of Alfred Dunhill Limited, to that American threesome who have been very popular visitors as always, have played some splendid golf. And in fact, on the last occasion the USA won here, it was a totally different team. It was Calcavecchia, Kite and Strange who won in '89. So all 3 of those players getting their hands on the trophy for the first time. Couples clearly the star of the week, but John Daly as always, attracted so much attention. Huge galleries followed him round. He left something like 90-degree heat in Florida to arrive here on Wednesday morning. It was about 50 degrees colder when he got here. And he's now played 5 competitive rounds over the old course, and I think he's rather enjoyed it. And Payne Stewart perhaps hasn't been in the best form of his life this week, but he's certainly contributed. And the Alfred Dunhill Cup will go back to the USA. And Daly, of course, the only one of the trio who moves on to Wentworth to play in the World Match Play Championship next week. Peter Baker will be there as well, and of course defending champion Nick Faldo. So there we are. There's the picture of the most famous golf course in the world as darkness falls on St Andrews. The old R&A clubhouse picked out by the floodlights. And that really is a wonderful picture. Let's have a quick word from those victorious Americans then. They're with Clive Clark.
Oh. Well, gentlemen, many congratulations. That was a great match all week and well fought.
Yeah, it was a great week. We played well today. Our captain here paired us off, and John and I actually won our last 2 matches, but overall we all won some big matches.
And Payne, what were the highlights for you? What did you enjoy about the week?
Well, Clive, it's just special being here at St Andrews. It always is special, and I think John coming over for the first time, I'm glad he's leaving with such a special impression of the old lady. With a victory under his belt, he'll be dangerous when the Open comes back here.
John, first time here, we've enjoyed watching your golf and your long hitting, and a great touch too around the greens.
Thanks,
what are your impressions of St Andrews?
I had a really good time. I think it's a great golf course, and I'm not much of a traditionalist, but what people have said about it, they were right. And for me to come over and represent the United States for the first time in anything I've ever done makes me feel real good that we won.
Well, it's been a pleasure for us to watch you all. Congratulations, gentlemen. Great stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks. Nice going, Johnny.
And it really is very dark indeed now. It was a delayed afternoon, as we said, but we got round, and the USA have beaten England by 2 matches to 1. We're back, of course, at Wentworth next week for the World Match Play. Meantime, from the most famous links course in the world, we bid you good night.